sweet like jam meat, sweeter.
Can you imagine?
Oh,
let's prepare it together.
Once you add the pepper, at what point do you bring in the engine oil? Because
what oil?
Car they go na engine they carry them.
Usually, I get goat's meat, put the oil on fire, give my onions, my tomatoes, pepper, all the accoutrements, you see. By then, I would have fried the goat's meat already. So there's a bit of some there. After the stew is ready, I add a bit of fried goat meat and then pour in the rice. By the time it's done, you see nice orange jollof with small goat pieces of meat.
So this is how I prepare my jollof. Because I like it really spicy, I put my garlic, ginger, blend it together, add a bit of onion in there and pepper. When I'm done with that, I fry it for some time. So after frying my blended onion together with the garlic and ginger for about 10 minutes, then my blended pepper and tomatoes will also be put into the fried onion that I've already fried for some minutes. After adding that, you cover it for about 10 minutes for the water to be drained, where you have the original stew that you have prepared. Add my cubes, a bit of bay leaves in there, together with my fried and steamed beef and the stock. So after doing all of that, then I wash my rice and then add it in there. I also like to fry my spaghetti so that I'll have a brown feel of it before I add it into my rice, so that it makes it look really delicious and spicy and really attractive as well. So I don't add my water in my jollof preparation. I only use the stock and then the stew. Then I cover it up for some minutes and also lower it to a certain level that will not make it burn. So I cover it up for about 30 to 40 minutes and then my jollof is ready. And trust me, if you taste my jollof, girl, you would love it.
Oh, jollof. This time, the Gino for jollof mix. We say, my jollof no easy because they have everything inside. Come on. But unya or chicken, unya or spices or steamy unam, wache. Then, so within, let's say, 10 to 15 minutes, you should be able to prepare your jollof. I mean, a jacko for the Nibia. And no salad, no adibia mdu gusrumbia. Local champion for no.
Oh, it's simple. Jollof is simple. The Nigerians, listen up. What you have to do is to finish your stew. Okay, so I mean your tomato stew. Make sure that it's rich enough, with all the rosemary spices and everything else. Add your vegetables. Just make sure that your stew is good. Then you add rice. The quantity is very important. You see, when it comes to jollof, it's how you mix the things. That's why it's called jollof. You understand? So if the stew quantity is, say, a quarter of a liter, you make sure that your rice quantity is right. So you must make sure that the rice measures up with the stew perfectly. Jollof is done.
Jollof, all I need is my oil to be on the fire, get my onions, get my tin tomatoes, and then get some spices. I like using Gino. So I get some Gino. I think they have the jollof one, the tin tomatoes already blended with some spices. And I make my stew. After making the stew, I put some water. Then I let the water boil for some time. And I put my rice. And I stir and I cover. And after some time, I come and check it again. So after checking, if it's okay, if it's hard, I add a little water to make it soft. Then I think I got my chicken one side fried, or my meat one side fried. Then, Charlie, I'm good to go.
Okay, me steamy my chicken. And I say be an entrinam na me de ya me di can steamy. I'll not forget my ginger, my garlic, onions, and then my spring onion. Me blending in na me de steaming namno. We are na machi. We are me de anwana me de chin namno because me person in huamno ebem ti me de that oil na. Nam de say just me should me jene gumbiem. Me de blended ginger, garlic, onion. Na sand de good oil nim. Master me who say my dryer na me ti me Gino tomato mix and on a jollof. Bibia wo meko wo jene wo, so you get everything. Na me the fresh tomatoes assign the afra me Gino paste jollof mix no na master me wia na me nsuo kakra gum me mani hua na me hwe me mu agum na makata so within 45 minutes I was say my jollof near ready me we are na fe me rain fi stock no so am dey steaming nam no me dey be go emonim so that I'll get everything back. What I say, after 45 minutes I'll just put my meat inside the jollof so that a best when we be catch kakra na twetwe jollof no hunsuo kakra na afi pa abin.
Oh, I have one that I normally prepare, which is I call it the local jollof rice. I use Kobe, palm oil, tomatoes, and then pepper and onion.
And then sugarcane, sweet like jam, sweeter.
Can you imagine?
Oh,
Let's prepare it together.
once you add the pepper, at what point do you bring in the engine oil? Because
What oil?
car they go na engine they carry on. Are we still talking about what are we preparing? Jollof.
Jollof rice.
Oh, then remove the engine oil, but add a tapioca.
Oil first. Oil first. Onions in there. You let it fry a bit. At what point do I know it's okay? When the cheese is louder, and then tin tomatoes. But before these, I've blended some onions and garlic and ginger elsewhere with some rosemary. I don't know if that's even the name. Yeah, some spice in there. The chicken seasoning or whatever meat I'm using is also going on one side. Put a tin tomato in there. Fry it for a while. Let it brown. Let it darken. I think that's the word. And then mix stew. I don't know. You put the other stuff in there, make the stew. Then add the rice and call mommy or wife to come and check if it's cooked properly.
But how do you call your mommy to come and check your jollof for you?
I don't know. It's when it's cooked. Make sure you give us good recipe.
Don't worry. So jollof is very simple to prepare. I mean, you have your onions, you have your spices and other vegetables ready. Basically, prepare stew. In 1 minute, you don't have much time to prepare jollof. So you have your ingredients ready. You prepare stew, then you add your rice, you stir, add small water to it, allow it to cook, and you are done. You have your jollof ready.
First, may stew no. I watch my wife prepare all the time, so I have it in my mind. So may stew no, in toast near the may stew ni boiling do baby. I cover halfway. Na my whole rice no. Na me dey gum local rice made in Ghana rice. Na me dey gum. Then now you pour water. And then bring it to the boil. So wait for a while. Na my taste here say, the texture of the rice can tell. The woman but the protein I prefer to see in my jollof always salmon, very important. Maybe a chicken, and you ever fry out to chain. But a bit of goat on the side too wouldn't be bad. But so the salmon there to be part of the stew while we do the stirring and everything, get it to cook properly. Then so around this time the jollof is getting cooked because the heat and everything well measured, salt, everything there inside. So I don't know. So when I like to take my jollof with a bit of maybe some juice on the side, orange juice and things. But my jollof there is A1, but I prepare it in my mind. The physical one there is a story for another day.
I'll first go in with my oil and then add the onions, add my nkete, ashurisai, fomusai, and all of that. Then give it like a 5 minutes fry. After that, I'll put in my tomato paste. Then my raw tomatoes come inside. Give it a good stir. Make it cook for like 15-12 minutes. And then I'll put in my beef or salmon. And then the amanswa. Then the jollof. Then the rice goes in. Add a bit of water. Give it like 15 minutes, 20 minutes to cook, and then jollof is ready. If you want it to be special or stand out, add a bit of bay leaf to it so that the aroma can be je. Then if you like onions, you can add a bit of onions and then bell pepper, whether red or green or yellow. And then if you kept some of the amanswa, then you sprinkle that one also on top. Add a bit of shrimp powder. Then the jollof is ready. I think it shouldn't be so difficult and shouldn't take a lot of time to cook jollof in modern day. Gone are the days so jollof basically just na chesa, but today then it's done.
So I'll fry the beef because I like the flavor the beef gives with the jollof. And then after, I pour my blended tomato, onion, garlic, ginger in it. And then if I have some spices, I'll add it to it. And then wait till it simmers. Then I can pour my rice. Wait, before that, if I have a stock of chicken stock or beef stock, I can just pour that before I put the rice in. Wait till it's cooked, and then I can eat.
Very simple. It's all about the stew. So you get your oil on the fire, you chop up your onions. I like to spice the oil itself and the onions. So whilst it's cooking, even before you've added your blended tomato, pepper mix, hot spicy mix, whatever it is, whilst the onions are frying up, you add your little inchichils. You getting me? Your spices. Then you add your tomato, blend it up. Some people like to use red pepper. You can add that as well. Scotch bonnets for extra heat. Pour that in there, let it cook, cover it, it simmers, open it up, explosion of inchichils. Are you getting me right? So you add your add your rice in there, cover again, let it cook. If that's not the way you cook jollof to go and argue with your grandfather.
I pour my oil in my pan. I add my onions and I blend. Usually I like ginger and garlic a lot. So I blend, add it, add my tomatoes, tomato paste if I want to. Then I add some gizzards and some meats. And I fry chicken on the side. Then after my stew is prepared, I add my rice. Voila, the jollof is ready.
So people don't know, but the seeds in the bell pepper,
I agree with you.
Yes, so the seeds in the bell pepper, once you blend them and you use it for your stew, it gives it a very different aroma and the taste. It's to die for.
It is to die for. I thought I was the only one who used to do that.
Yep.
I actually mix it with my pepper mix.
Exactly.
And I blend it together.
Exactly.
And I use it for the stew.
Yes.
And when
That's the base. That's the base. Well, normally what I'll do is once the stew is almost ready, then I'll blend that with a bit of pakoshito and some small onions. Just pour in for the your stew will be
jollof.
Ghana jollof to the whole Riase.
I'll put the saucepan on fire with matches, of course. And then I'll put the oil inside, and I've already cooked and fried my meat already. So I'll put the onions and the pepper inside the saucepan, and I'll stir it. You hear the aromas. Do you hear it? Of course. No, here is here. Do you smell it? That's the start of a good jollof. And I'll put the meat inside. I'll add my rice, and I'll put a little bit of salt. I'll stir it, and then I add the spices. You can add the spices straight to the stew, but I add mine to the rice and I'll stir it. I'll measure my cup, put it in the rice, stir it and cover it. And then I'll use napkin to cover it so that it will properly cook. I don't want any half-cooked jollof, like proper chef jollof. I'll cover it, wait for 45 minutes, and then it's ready to serve.